Buns, Burgers, Big Ideas listeners, welcome back to the podcast. We've got another guest today, Eric.
We do.
We do.
By popular demand.
Yes.
Or as you would say, Eric made you.
Mandatory fun. Listen,
Mandatory fun.
I don't know why people don't want to come on and hang out with us. It's a great time. They do.
They're just nervous to say they want to, right, Bree?
Yes.
All right. We're with Bree.
I have been wanting to.
All right.
There you go.
So tell us who you are, Bree.
So my name is Breanna. I am an HR coordinator for the company, and some things about myself is I'm going to start school soon. I'm going to go to be a sonogram tech.
Nice.
I do have to get some prereqs in, but that's slowly going to start my journey.
That's super
When do you go?
Awesome.
When do you start?
I start next week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which you may
I know,
already,
right?
by the time this publishes, you're in it.
You're in it.
I'm going to be in it.
I knew you were going back. I just didn't know.
okay.
I know, next week. That's crazy.
Next week, yeah. I'm starting slow, but slowly easing into it.
Why are you doing, what's getting you into that? Why are all of a sudden?
It started by a company getting me into an Excel class. That kind of booted me. So I'm grateful.
Aw, okay.
Yes.
That's cool. So we made you take a little bit of stuff and now you want more.
Yes, I want
love
more.
it.
I want to
Yeah.
be a little bit more involved in that. So I'm excited.
Well, that's great. I'm
Very
excited for you. We don't want to lose you, right? But I'm excited for you. That's going to be
you.
super awesome. So when we were talking about being on the show, I want to talk a little bit about customer recovery because it's a good chunk of what you do for us.
Yes.
Maybe not. It's not everything that you do, right? But it's
a portion.
It's a very important part of what you do. We serve just thousands and thousands of guests a day, and some of them aren't always the happiest after they come through, right? So
No, we always have happy guests. What do you mean?
Oh, well, they are after they talk to Bree.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit more about the customer experience and kind of the calls or the email. What do you field, right?
So I feel like I kind of keep these main 3 roles in where it's just I listen whenever I get a complaint. First thing I do is I listen, I try to connect, and then I try to resolve the problem. The major thing with listening is actually listening, being there, and understanding where the customer comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most customers just want to be heard for the most part to keep them coming back. Second is resolving the issue. So what can we do in order to help them, to help us, so that in the future they're just coming back.
Yeah.
To make the experience better, we just have to figure out what we're doing wrong and how we can just make the overall experience a lot better.
Yeah.
Sure.
And when it gets to you,
Yeah.
what are some things that you've heard? I imagine, have they talked to other people? Is it a culmination of things? What?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. They have listened to other people, but I feel like their main thing is they want us to help them in order to get them back into the restaurant. So a lot of those cues is mostly them wanting to let us know what we can do to make it better. So if that means, we have to speak to somebody or just it could be anything. There's so many things. It's just, it's hard to list right now on the top of my head, but I felt like there's just so many little things.
Because they want to come back.
They want to come back. They want to enjoy the experience. They want to come in and it be just an easy in, easy out. But sometimes there are those hiccups, and it's like, what do you do in order to make it a little bit better?
Yeah. So we were talking to prior to us recording the show that unfortunately some of the data may show that a lot of the issues come from our management team, right?
Yes.
Not necessarily the crew or the crew trainer, but more on the management side. Not that they were the issue, but that they weren't necessarily able to resolve the concerns that maybe the guests did have. What do you feel, just in your opinion, that our managers need to do maybe a little differently? How do we help the guests at the restaurant rather than them having to feel like they have to call corporate?
I feel like sometimes it's the connecting part that we miss. So you can listen and resolve the problem, but if you don't have that connection with the customer, and I'm not saying learn their personal life and stuff.
Right.
It's
We're doing
just
college.
that few extra things like, hey, yeah, I wish my fries were warm, or whenever this happens to me, I feel upset, so I understand where you're coming from. So I feel like it's that little connection part that gets them coming back and feel like they've actually been listened and taken care of. Because a lot of people, they miss that. And I feel like sometimes when you're in a rush, you don't really have the time for those, 20, 30 seconds. But those 20, 30 seconds make a big difference for them to come back.
That's it too. Like I love what you said about that. Just that connection, and like you said, the connection doesn't have to be this 20-minute like sales
Life
pitch
story.
of us connecting, right? But we have to be genuine about it. Like I just want to re-hit on what you said about basically putting yourselves in their shoes, right? Hey, I don't like cold fries either. Right? Like, how do we be better at that then? How do we really show that empathy behind? Because I'm going to tell you flat out, like we get complaints on, well, my Happy Meal was missing a toy. Like I'm going to tell you, having kids, you have kids, like it's the worst.
Yeah,
like
it's
it
the
really
worst.
is.
They're
It starts fights, right? Like you don't even know. Like
I don't.
You like you're in
I
the
can
back
imagine
seat of the van, like you're driving them home, and like they're like, "Where's my toy?"
And I feel like when it comes to me, I feel like it's already happened maybe once or twice in the past, or maybe a lot of times. So I feel like if we messed up 2-3 times and we haven't got it right, something's going on where it's like they have to come to us to let us know because it's not okay. They're not okay with the experience, so they want to come back and they want to let us know so that we can fix that. So it's at that point, they're kind of fed up. They're almost out the door, but they're giving us that one last chance where it's like, what can we do to fix it?
Yeah. And that's such an important thing. I mean, we've had an episode like where feedback is a gift, but like to hear it from you firsthand, because you do field those calls. But I love what you said too, where you were like, people don't always want something, right? Like they just want to be heard. They want to be connected. It's their restaurant, right? It's their McDonald's, and they want to go back. Like they want to visit us,
right? And some of these are very local, and they feel like. They want to be a part of that community and they want to help us out. And it's not just our restaurant, but multiple industries. And by giving that feedback where we can fix that situation, I feel like they want to help and they want to get us to where we need to be. But I feel like taking that insight is what's, important. And not just receiving the feedback, but also doing something about it. So I feel
follow
like,
through. Well, I think you're helping build trust with the communities that we're in. This is really it's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Now there is some opportunity for coaching on our end with some of the take the 30 seconds that it takes to connect, but at the same time we're making sure that we're connecting with the guests and building that trust. Even if we've lost it for a visit or two.
Right. Yeah. And then a lot of the times you see the guests where they come back and they're like, oh my God, you fixed this. And it's nice to get those feedback too, where they're like, oh, well, I bring it and you guys addressed it and this time was great. And it's so fun to hear those, feedback from that portion too, just the praise.
That's good.
Yeah, we definitely don't get as much praise as we do. But yeah, the opportunity to hear that is really cool. To have guests that actually take the time to say, "Hey, thank you," right? Like that's super awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome, and it just feels like, wow, I was heard, and now I'm able to come back and feel like I was heard and I was taken care of, and it makes them want to come back even more. And maybe they might even share that with other people where it's like, hey, they made a mistake, they owned up to it, they called me, and now I'm able to go back and feel good about being here. So.
And I think that's a lesson too for our managers, right? Like we're going to make mistakes. Like let's face it, we serve hundreds and hundreds of guests a day. You're going to potentially miss something, or maybe you didn't hear the order correctly. Like mistakes are going to happen.
Right.
I just think we need to, as a management team, be a little bit more humble around that. Like when a guest does come to us, hey, you're right, we messed up. Let me fix that for you.
Right.
Take that ownership. Yeah,
I definitely think that too. Yeah.
So we have a quick little just satire, little funny video that I wanted to share.
Awesome.
I don't know if you guys remember Whataburger, but
Whataburger. Oh man, how old were you when that came out? That was a long time ago.
It's been a long time.
I was tiny.
Welcome to Good Burger, right?
Oh yeah, Good Burger, not Whataburger. What did I say?
Not Whataburger. Whataburger's California. We'll edit that. Right? Whataburger to Good Burger.
Good Burger. Just my lips are saying Whataburger, but it's saying Good Burger. Anyway, so here's the clip. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Just
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, home on the good burger, home on the good. Can I take your order?
That started out as an SNL skit, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then they turned that into a movie.
Yeah, and I think at one point, I don't know, I might be making this up, but I thought there was a second one.
You're making it up?
Or they're remaking it or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway.
We'll look into that.
But they're so fun and happy, and it's just let's do that.
All right. So as we kind of wrap up, Bree, I really appreciate your time. I think it's invaluable to hear insights, right? Because when people are calling corporate, right, sometimes we don't always hear or understand exactly what that looks like. But in your opinion, for our management team that is listening, what are those like one or two key takeaways where we can help solve the issues with the guests rather than it potentially escalating like it can or was?
I feel like the main thing is taking the time. Most of us are in a rush, and I feel like if you just take those few seconds just to speak with the management, I feel them too, they'll know what to do when it comes to that. And two, the management teaching their staff as well, they'll take that and see, oh, my manager is doing that. So maybe it gives them those cues where I can be like, I'm going to do what they're doing because, they do it right. The customers come in, it's an easy in and out.
Yeah.
So they see that. And then secondly, I would say as far as the connection part as well, just make sure that, you're following through, listening, because I feel like those major things, they can slip through the cracks by just, you're not fully in it.
Unintentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's happened before, right? Like even if I go to a restaurant, I'll ask for one thing and then all of a sudden they run away and it's like, wait, I have one more thing for you. Yeah.
Right.
No, this is great. I honestly appreciate the time that you're spending
Yeah, thanks,
with us.
Bree. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Listen, learn, lead. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Buns, Burgers, and Big Ideas. We hope today's episode inspired fresh ideas for your leadership journey. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and keep learning with us as we continue to explore leadership in the QSR world. Until next time, take care and lead well.